The air crackled with anticipation. The energy was electric, a palpable force that seemed to vibrate through every fan in the stadium. It was as if the very ground beneath their feet was alive, pulsing with the collective heartbeat of thousands of passionate supporters. Estadio Universitario, affectionately known as ElVolcán, was a cauldron of noise and color. The stadium, bathed in the glow of floodlights, stood as a fortress of football fervor. Its towering stands were packed to the brim, a sea of yellow and blue, the colors of tigresuanl. It was May 12, 2025, a date that had been circled on calendars and marked in minds for weeks. The anticipation had been building, each day bringing them closer to this momentous occasion. The Liga MX Clausura quarterfinals, second leg. This was the stage where dreams could be realized or shattered. The stakes were incredibly high, and every player knew that their performance tonight could define their season. Tigresuanl, the home team, were looking to overturn a deficit against a resilient Necaxa side. The players huddled together, their faces a mix of determination and focus. They knew the challenge that lay ahead, but they were ready to give it their all. The prize? A coveted spot in the semifinals. It was more than just a step closer to the championship. It was a chance to etch their names in the annals of football history. The trophy gleamed under the stadium lights, a symbol of the glory that awaited the victors. The stage was set for a night of high-octane football, where passion and pride hung heavy in the air. The players walked onto the pitch, their expressions intense, their minds focused. The crowd's roar grew louder, a deafening symphony of support and expectation. The roar of the crowd was deafening. Fans with painted faces and flags waved fervently, their voices merging into a single powerful chant. It was a sound that could send shivers down the spine of even the most seasoned player. The scent of grilled meat and anticipation filled the air. Food vendors moved through the stands, their trays laden with stadium favorites. The aroma of barbecue mingled with the excitement, creating an atmosphere that was both festive and intense. This was more than just a game. It was a battle of wills, a test of endurance and skill. Every fan, every player, every coach knew that tonight's match could change everything. It was a clash of titans. The captains of both teams met at the center of the pitch, shaking hands with a mutual respect that belied the fierce competition to come, their eyes locked in a silent promise of the battle ahead. Tigres, the perennial contenders, with their star-studded lineup. Each player wore their jersey with pride, ready to defend their home turf and prove their dominance once again. Necaxa, the underdogs, hungry for an upset. The tension was palpable. They had fought hard to get here, and they were not about to back down now. Their fans cheered passionately, believing in the possibility of a historic victory. Every fan in the stadium knew the stakes. The air was thick with tension, every moment charged with the potential for triumph or heartbreak. Banners waved, faces painted with the colors of their teams, eyes fixed on the pitch. It was a fight for survival, a fight for glory. Every pass, every tackle, every shot on goal carried the weight of their hopes and dreams. This was football at its finest, a beautiful game that could bring both joy and despair in equal measure. Tigres entered the match with a point to prove. The previous season had been a story of near misses. A heartbreaking loss to Club America in the Apertura final. A quarterfinal exit at the hands of their arch-rivals Monterrey in the Clausura. The Supercopa de la Liga MX also slipped through their fingers. The thirst for silverware was real. The weight of expectation sat heavy on their shoulders. The fans demanded success. Anything less than a championship would be considered a failure. The pressure was on for Tigres to deliver. They had the talent. They had the experience. Now, they needed to find a way to win. At the helm of this Tigres ship was a familiar face, but in a new role. Guido Pizarro, the former captain and club legend, had taken over as coach. His leadership on the pitch was undisputed. Now, he was tasked with replicating that success from the sidelines. Pizarro had instilled a new sense of belief in the squad. His tactical acumen was evident in their disciplined performances. He had a plan to bring glory back to ElVolcán. The players responded to his leadership. They were united, they were determined, they were ready for battle. Tigres boasted a squad brimming with talent. In goal, the ever-reliable Nahuel Guzman. The Argentine shot-stopper was a commanding presence between the sticks. The backline was anchored by the experience of Juan Sanchez and Jesus Angulo. The midfield was a blend of steel and creativity. Fernando Gorriarán provided the defensive solidity, allowing the likes of Juan Bruneta and Sebastian Cordova to orchestrate attacks. Up front, the lethal duo of Javier Aquino and Nicolas Ibanez posed a constant threat to the Necaxa defense. Tigres were a team built to attack, to score goals, to win. Section 5, Necaxa, rising from the ashes. Necaxa, on the other hand, were a team transformed. The previous Apertura season had seen them finish bottom of the table. Relegation loomed large, but under the guidance of their new coach, Nicolas Larcamón, they had undergone a remarkable resurgence. They finished the Clausura season in 9th place, narrowly missing out on the playoffs. Their run to the quarterfinals was a testament to their newfound resilience. They were a team that refused to be underestimated. They were the underdogs, the fighters, and they were ready to spring an upset. Section 6, Cambindo and the Cardiac Kids. This is the story of a team that captured the hearts of many with their relentless spirit and never-say-die attitude. Leading the line for Necaxa was their talisman, Diber Cambindo, a player whose presence on the field was nothing short of electrifying. The Colombian striker was a constant menace to opposition defenses. His ability to control the ball with finesse and dribble past defenders with ease made him a standout performer. His pace, power, and eye for goal made him a handful for any defender. Whether it was a sprint down the wing or a powerful shot from outside the box, Cambindo had the skills to make it happen. He was the focal point of their attack, the one who could change the course of a game with a single moment of brilliance, the man they looked to for inspiration. His leadership on and off the pitch was invaluable, rallying his teammates and lifting their spirits when it mattered most. But Necaxa was more than just a one-man team. They were a cohesive unit, each player contributing to the collective effort. Agustin Pallavicino, with his deft touches and incisive passes, pulled the strings in midfield. His vision and creativity were crucial in setting up goal-scoring opportunities. They were a team that played with heart, with passion. Every match was a testament to their dedication and love for the game. They were the cardiac kids, capable of pulling off the improbable. Their matches were often nail-biting affairs, keeping fans on the edge of their seats until the final whistle. They had already defied the odds once to reach this stage. Their journey was a roller coaster of emotions, filled with highs and lows, but their determination never wavered. Could they do it again? The stage was set for another dramatic chapter in their story. The fans believed, the players believed, and as the tension built, all eyes were on the cardiac kids. Section 7, Goals, Drama, and the Hand of VR. The match itself was a roller coaster of emotions, filled with highs and lows that kept everyone on the edge of their seats. From the very first whistle, it was clear that this was going to be a game to remember. Necaxa drew first blood with a stunning long-range strike from Pallavicino, silencing the home crowd. The precision and power of his shot left everyone in awe, a moment of pure brilliance that set the tone for the rest of the match. Tigres, however, responded in kind. Juan Bruneta finished off a flowing move to level the scores, showcasing the team's resilience and determination. The equalizer was a testament to their never-say-die attitude. Just when it seemed like Tigres were gaining the upper hand, Pallavicino struck again for Necaxa. His second goal was a masterclass in timing and precision, sending the away fans into raptures and putting Necaxa back in the driver's seat. The tension reached fever pitch when Tomas Badaloni scored late for Necaxa, seemingly securing their passage to the next round. The goal was a dagger to the hearts of Tigres fans, who could only watch in despair as the clock ticked down. But Tigres, with their backs against the wall, threw everything forward. They launched wave after wave of attacks, desperate to find an equalizer. The intensity of their play was matched only by the determination of Necaxa's defense, and in a dramatic turn of events, they were awarded a late goal after a VAR review. The decision sparked wild celebrations amongst the home fans, a moment of sheer joy and relief. The hand of VAR had once again played a crucial role, adding another layer of drama to an already unforgettable match. Section 8, Echoes of Intolerance, the Shadow of Discrimination. The match, however, was not without its share of controversy. In the first leg, Nahuel Guzman, the Tigres goalkeeper, had been subjected to homophobic chants from a section of the Necaxa support. The incident cast a dark shadow over the tie. It served as a stark reminder that the fight against discrimination in football was far from over. Guzman, to his credit, handled the situation with grace and dignity. He used his platform to speak out against the abuse, to call for change. It was a reminder that footballers are not just athletes, but role models. Their voices have power, power to influence, power to inspire. Section 9. Onward to glory, a semifinal beckons. In the end, it was Tigres who emerged victorious from the cauldron of ElVolcán. They had ridden their luck at times, they had shown resilience, and they had ultimately gotten the job done. The final whistle was met with a cacophony of noise, relief, joy, exhaustion. Tigres progressed to the semifinals, their dreams of a championship still alive. The road ahead would be long and arduous, but for now, they could savor the moment. The roar of ElVolcán, the taste of victory, the hope of glory.